Hey yogis, welcome to this 20-minute hip release. I love this practice for days when I'm just feeling really tight in my lower body, which happens a lot. I lift heavy weights in conjunction to practicing yoga regularly, and so my hips tend to be areas that lock up along with my shoulders. They just tend to get really tight. So I love this practice for days when I'm looking more for a recovery style practice, something that just really allows me to loosen up and take my time, and something that I can do maybe after like a leg day or maybe the day after. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. This is definitely one of those kind of slow down and enjoy the present kind of classes. So let's get started. For this practice, you don't need anything special. If you like using a blanket or blocks just to help you out and support your practice, you are more than welcome to use those things. I do highly recommend blankets for people who tend to have sensitive knees. And if you're on hardwood floor, if you're on carpet like me, it should be fine. So we're gonna start this practice on our backs. So just make your way there. And as soon as you come on back, just give yourself a moment to pull your knees into your chest. Just let your back body get really heavy. This is a good time to spread your toes, roll out your ankles, and relax your jaw. And just to get things started, we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. And then just let it out through your mouth, just sigh. Okay, so again, deep breath in through your nose. And let it go through your mouth. Okay, so take one hand to each kneecap shin bone area and just start to spread the knees apart, just creating a little bit of an openness in your hips. Keep your feet somewhat flexed or active, and then just take your knees and roll them back in and then back out. So I like to think of two really big pots of stew, and you were just kind of turning the stew with your hands. So you had one ladle in each hand and just turning the stew, keeping it warm. Nice. Now start to switch the direction, which is always a little bit awkward. Just getting your mind to rethink and re-engage that movement. Perfect. Let's do one more rotation. Really working into every crevice of the hip joint. Perfect. And then just let your feet float down. Keep your kneecaps pointed up, please. And then take your right foot and cross it over your left thigh. Give that thigh a little bit of a push just to, again, smooth out any creases in the flesh and in the body. And we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders. Interlace your fingers around your shin bone if possible. If that's too much, go for your hamstring area, the back of the thigh. I'm going to keep my right foot flexed and then just return back into a supine position. Maybe rock a little side to side. And see if you can focus your breath on moving in and out through your nose. Just telling the body that you are relaxed, you're at ease. So much of stretching is really a mental state. How much can we relax in our minds? Awesome. Bring your left foot down. Keep that right ankle crossed over your left thigh, and then just drop your hips over to the right. I'm going to just take my hands and support the back of my head. That's my personal favorite, but you can just let your arms lay out however you like. Walk your left foot down a little bit and just get that long side body stretch. Pull your navel back a bit towards your spine. Perfect, and then just bring it back to center. Hey, switch sides. Left ankle to right thigh. And we want to smooth any wrinkles out in the body. And then just prep for your reclined pigeon. And really just letting the focus be you and your breath, you in this moment. Awesome. Bring that right foot down. Keep that left ankle on the right thigh. And then just knock your hips over towards the left. I like to wiggle my right foot down a little bit, support the back of your head, or again, just halo the head, whichever you prefer. Try to pin your shoulders back. Nicely done. And then just release, bring your legs back to center. Perfect. Keep your feet about hips width apart and then just drop the knees side to side. Just clearing out any fatigue we might have in the lower half. And then once your knees drop over to the left, just roll over. Perfect. Lift your body up. And then meet me in an all fours position. So just coming forward into tabletop. Just making sure your palms are wide, knees are underneath the hips. You want to keep that navel drawing back towards the spine. And this is really similar to cat-cow, kind of, it's only different in that we're gonna move with the hips. So the movement is inhale to center, and then exhale, I wanna push my left hip to the left and then look to the left. Nice, inhale to center. Exhale, the hips to the right, look to the right. It's almost like you're wagging your tail. And just letting the inhale bring you to middle. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Come back to a neutral spine. And then just take your body and then imagine a big jump rope with your spine. So I'm going to lower my chest down, move over to the left, push up through my spine, round over to the right, drop without really bending my elbows. And it's like this big skip roping motion with my spine. Okay, so as soon as I get to that right wrist, I'm just gonna go back to the left, drop my torso, swing, lift up. Round my spine to the left, drop, swing, and back up. Nice, give yourself a moment in cat. So just a full cat pose, let all the breath out of your body. Awesome, and then release to neutral, come on down into a seated position. Take your left leg out in front of you, pull your right foot into your inner left thigh. And then turning your torso over to the left, see if you can reach your right hand to any aspect outside of the left leg. So there's a little bit of a twist. I'm going to use my left hand to help guide that twist a little bit further. Keep the foot nice and flexed, and if you need a blanket or maybe even to bend your knee, please do so. Root down into your right thigh. Keep your chest open as much as you can. Beautifully done. And then inhale, lift yourself up slowly. Plant your left foot forward and come up into a kneeling position. So I'm just keeping my right knee down, left forearm to the left thigh. I want to push back against that left thigh a little bit and then just reach my right arm up. So I'm working that left arm into my left inner thigh, just opening up into the hip. And I'm going to start to reach over with my right arm as I tuck my back toes and really just take this into a full extended side angle. So I'm sitting heavy into my hips, getting a nice deep stretch, firm down into the right pinky toe. Perfect. Spiral out through your chest like a big barrel. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, we're just gonna dump everything back to the ground. Nice, drop your right knee to the earth. Keep left knee stacked over left ankle. Sweep your arms up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, pull away from your hips. So imagine everything lifting up, up, up. Keep leaning back, maybe tilt your chin up a bit. If you need to tuck your back right toes, it's a good practice to stabilize. Nice, keep pulling away from your hips. And then release the arms down. Nice, right hand inside of the left foot. I'm gonna reach my left arm up, big twist. Just keep breathing. Nice and heavy in the hips. It's good to bounce, find a little bit of movement, especially if you're really tight. Perfect. And then from here, re-drop your right knee down, bring your left hand to your back right thigh, and then just reach back with your right arm. Really good work. Get a big stretch, and you should feel it on that outside of the right hip flexor. Beautiful. Cartwheel your arms forward. Take your left foot over for a walk. Just walk it over, finding a pigeon shape. And this is a great time, if you still feel pretty sticky in your body, to use a prop or a blanket to support you. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, just slowly start to come on down. Nice. And we just want to give ourselves some honest time here in this pose. And you can drop as heavy into it as you need to. Maybe finding with each breath that you can journey a little bit deeper. Nice job. Inhale, start to lift yourself up. Perfect. We're going to roll all of our weight onto the left side of our hip and then just swing that right leg forward. Nice. Opposite side. So left foot's going to come inside of the right inner thigh bone. Again, there's a slight rotation to the right. I'm reaching with my left arm, using my right arm to help really guide that twist. Keeping the chest open. And I always tell yogis, don't get concerned with, bringing your forehead to your shin bone or something wild like that. Really just focus on the sensation and where you want it to go. Right? We're focusing on our hips, opening up, guiding the breath. Nice. Lift up as you inhale. Perfect. And then just step your right foot forward. Same thing. We're coming into this kneeling position. So I want my left knee back. It's about a little over 90 degrees, so not quite 90. I'm going to bring my right forearm into that inner right thigh, and I just want to push the thigh away as I reach my left arm up. So my fingertips up here are really active. I'm really pushing that inner thigh away, but my inner thigh is kind of pushing back. Face is soft and nice. And then I'm going to start to reach over with my left arm as I find that lift and planting of that left foot. So extended side angle. So ideally, the stretch is happening in the hips, right? Not so much the arm. The arm's kind of just there. Nice deep breath in. And then exhale, we want to rotate everything down. Nice, drop the left knee, and then whoosh your arms up, big whoosh up towards the sky. Take a breath in. Nice, pull away from your hips, big stretch. Soften, soften, relax. And then arms come down, big exhale. Perfect, left arm stays down, right arm's gonna come up. Now there's no need to tuck the toes if you're not feeling it, right? It just adds a little extra depth. I personally like to add the bounce. I knit my shoulder blades together. Take a full breath in. Nice, exhale, drop that left knee. Right arm reaches behind you, left arm up to the sky. Beautiful, I'm gonna lunge a little bit further forward just because I really want to work this left outer hip. That psoas muscle. Keep pulling up through your left fingers. And then cartwheel the arms down. Nicely done. Walk your right foot over towards the left. Find Ekapada Rajo Kapottanasana, little one-legged pigeon. Big inhale. And then exhale. Just laying yourself down. Slow, steady breathing. And this is a good time just to close your eyes and really, really allow the experience to be the very small and subtle shifts that are happening, right? This isn't like a huge shift or opening in the body. It's gradual, it's small, but it's substantial. Maybe you start to get a little bit deeper into this. Excellent. And then lift yourself up. Perfect. Swing that left leg forward and then just bring both legs out in front of you. Nicely done. Take your right leg and just hug that knee into your chest. Bring your left hand to your right foot and find cradle the baby. Now ideally I want to get that right inner elbow around the right knee. Right foot into my left inner elbow. If that doesn't happen for you, just use like a forklift motion with your arms, okay, and use your hands. Try to sit upright as much as you can. If you can, find full cradle the baby, maybe rock a bit side to side. Now, option here, you can keep the left leg out as you lay your baby down over the thigh bone and then proceed to lean forward. If you have more range in your hips, you can stack the left shin bone directly underneath it, creating 2 fire logs with your shin bones, and then just start to lean forward into this really deep stretch. Keep the feet flexed, protect your kneecaps. Slow breath. Excellent. Inhale to lift up. Untangle your legs. Give yourself a moment. And then we'll switch to that left side. So pulling that left leg in, cradle the baby. Again, if you've got to use that forklift, that's completely fine. I want to square through my hips, sit up nice and tall. Chest is open. I'm pulling the leg in towards my chest. You can rock a bit. Notice my right leg stays strong, right? My quad is active. And then lower that foot down. Maybe go for single double pigeon pose, or we call it half double pigeon, or you can come into this full double pigeon. So it depends on the mobility of your hips. Everyone is different. And just leaning forward, again, not compromising the shoulders, right? We don't want to round too much the upper body, trying to keep things somewhat open. Breath is steady. And we're just focusing on the experience that we're having. Not the one we could have, not the one we maybe had when we were 18 or 20, but the moment, the experience that we're having right now in this body as it is. And then inhale, lift yourself up. Beautifully done. Let your legs breathe. Whew. And then just bring your body on back to your spine. We're gonna pull those knees back into the chest, only this time, you're gonna pull your feet into happy baby. So I want my feet to shine up towards the sky. I'm gonna reach for the outer edges, bend into my knees, and just lengthen through the tailbone. We want the knees outside of the ribs, kind of up towards the armpits, at least in that direction. You can work on guiding the feet in towards the inseam of your pants. You can even work on straddling your legs, or you can stay right where you are. Happy baby. Nice full breath in. Exhale, bring your feet down. Take those knees again side to side, just rinsing the body out. As you come back to neutral, just bring your feet together, let your knees fall apart. And this one's always so tough for me. I tend to struggle with this pose. So you can plop like a block or some pillows or blankets underneath your thighs if you feel like this is just too much weight on your hips. You bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. It's a nice little check-in, feeling that pulse running through your veins, feeling your blood flow, feeling your breath at work. Just a nice reminder that we are in this body, and this body is good. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just stretch your legs down, reach your arms up. Maybe roll your wrist a bit. And then come to meet me in a seated position, yogis, however you want to get there. And we'll just seal this practice off with lots of love and gratitude for another day to be in this glorious body. Thank you so much for joining me, yogis. It's always an honor. Namaste.